Big thank you to Gentleman Rat Studios for providing a key to Critter Cove. Critter Cove is a deep, open-world life sim where you restore an old town set in a cozy, post-apocalyptic paradise. Sail across a mysterious archipelago and invite new friends to your town. You can hunt relics, craft, and more to get everything you need to help Critter Cove thrive once again. Critter Cove is available in early access now on Steam. Critter Cove is a game I was definitely looking forward to checking out and didn't know what I was getting into when I started playing it. But I'm so happy that I get to cover it on this channel because I think it's definitely a unique entry in the life sim genre, which is my favorite genre. The game released in early access, and the devs plan to do a full launch by sometime in 2025, so just next year as of my recording this video. Even though this game is currently in early access, I definitely haven't felt that there isn't enough content, at least from what I've played. I've played about 10 to 12 hours as of my recording this, and I have found there's just a ton of places to explore, a lot of treasures and things to find, a lot of lore that you can find, so I haven't had any lack of things to do within these 10 hours. I still have a ton of things to do. I've honestly had a really hard time putting the game down. I've been enjoying it so very much, and I find it just very relaxing and something I definitely want to continuously return to as I've been playing it. It really takes a lot of the best aspects of previous entries in the life sim genre, and I really like that. And even though it has a lot of these familiar feeling mechanics, it still is very much its own adventure and experience. It's something brand new, and that's what I really like about it. Your goal in Critter Cove is to revitalize this town in a vast archipelago. You can explore and find resources. You can even dive below deep. You can sail to multiple islands and just explore to your heart's content. You can also explore an old world that basically is underneath all of this archipelago. So you can dive pretty much anywhere on the map and you will find mysteries and secrets galore. So definitely take your time to read little pads with information about who might have been in this room in the old world. As you travel to different islands in the archipelago, you can sail from each one all over the map. The map is actually quite large as of now, and I believe it's getting bigger with updates. But you can travel around to these different islands and there will be different characters or random NPCs that you can meet. From there, you can invite them back to Critter Cove. They'll actually jump in your ship as long as you help them out with a task, and you will be able to have them join the residents of your Critter Cove. It's really cool because your whole goal is basically bringing Critter Cove up to the standard that tourists would really enjoy. And there's actually a little tourist ship that will come in, and it's so adorable. Like seeing that ship come in, I'm like, yay, they're gonna come experience my Critter Cove. And it's just so adorable. Each townie also has one of a few different personalities, kind of like thinking like Animal Crossing, how there's, you know, maybe some rude ones or sassy ones. There's some that are maybe a bit more excitable or like exercise. And it's kind of cool to see them have these different personalities. The sassy ones definitely, as always, are my favorite. They may not want to live somewhere and you're like, if you say yes, they're gonna go, well, then this place is lame if you said yes. And so maybe if you want them to live somewhere, just say no. It's kind of funny. I really liked that about the characters, and that they had these little unique personality traits that you have to sometimes get around if you want something a certain way, and it's kind of interesting. You can also assign them different jobs on your island. As you fix up shops and cafes and things like that, they can actually work there, and some of them may not like working in some of these places. So you can actually change around who works there based on their personality or what they say they like to do. And so that was really cool as well. So I'm always interested in constantly upgrading and fixing things, and when I meet someone, I'm always thinking, how are they going to fit into the ecosystem that you're basically building in your town? As of my recording this video, there is no official Steam rating for Steam Deck support on Steam. Or that was a really confusing, you know what I mean? Like, it's not officially supported on Steam Deck, let's say like that. But I did find it works amazingly. They are working on getting Steam Deck fully supported, the devs, so that's definitely coming, so look forward to that. But honestly, I didn't have a lot of issues with it. I had my graphics settings a bit lower, and I did choose low memory mode, which is an option the game has, which actually made the game run pretty smooth. I did drop down to 45 frames per second through Steam, and everything's running really well. It does have the occasional stutter, but I also get that with my computer, so I think it's just some performance issues with the game that still has to be ironed out, which I know the devs are aware of. Some people have brought that up, that some people are having a bit of performance issues. So eventually those things will be ironed out and worked through, and I'm sure that the game will become fit for Steam Deck verification. The only thing I definitely did notice when it was plugged into a TV, was that it was kind of hard to see some of the writing on the map. So if the right fonts could be just a little bigger, like if you had an option to make it bigger, then that would be really nice, because it was for some reason very difficult when I blew it up on my TV in my living room. But in handheld mode, I didn't notice that it was hard to see, but honestly, I might have not been paying attention and just been bringing the screen closer to my face and not realized I was doing that. So definitely if the font could be bigger, but otherwise, performance-wise, it was okay, except for those couple stutters it would have sometimes, but the settings I was using was definitely the best settings I had. It's fully controller supported, so you can plug your controller into your PC, or you can use the Steam Deck, and the controller support is there, and it works really well. I haven't had any issues with that personally myself. So it's definitely become my favorite way to play, laying in my bed all cozy and exploring the archipelago. The roadmap has a ton of content planned for this game that is coming very soon, as their full release is targeted for some time in 2025, which isn't that far away. I mean, we're already in October as of my recording this. It's like October 1st when I'm recording this. So, you know, that's not that far away, just a couple months, maybe even a year from now. That's their aim. Of course, that date can always change with what, you know, player feedback and what they do want to incorporate into the game, but it's pretty solid right now where it's at in early access. I'm really enjoying it so far, and they have just so much stuff that they want to add into it. So I definitely recommend giving Critter Cove a try. Even if you are just trying out the demo, there is a demo available on Steam, so you can check out the demo and kind of get a feel for it if you're still a bit unsure. So there are a few things that I want to mention before I end the review that you guys have talked to me about before and asked me to include in the review. So we're going to talk about grindiness, we're going to talk about questing. I know some of you really don't like when there is a lot of resource collecting, and it can feel a bit grindy just constantly going to find all these resources. So there is a ton of resource collecting in this game. You do go and travel in your boat constantly to other islands. You're always getting things from other islands and bringing them back. So if that's something that sounds like a mechanic that you wouldn't be that interested in, that's a huge mechanic of the game, going and traveling to collect resources, exploring, and then bringing things back. And sometimes, I mean, I haven't found things multiple times going back to the island, so sometimes that can be frustrating. So if that's something that you're not into, that is a big part of the game. There's a fishing mechanic, but there is no minigame. I know some people are really like, ew, fishing minigames. So there is no fishing minigame as far as I've seen. You just click a button, and as soon as the fish like bites on your bait, and then you just collect the fish. So I haven't noticed any minigame. So if you are turned off by those, there isn't one of those in this one. And the last thing is questing. Sometimes, I know some of you have mentioned you can get overwhelmed with questing. Totally understandable. I sometimes get quite overwhelmed when I have like 20 different quests. I'm just like, where do I start? What do I do? So there are a lot of quests. Like literally the characters will run up and chase you in Critter Cove and just keep waving at you, and they will chase you. I tried to run from them. They will chase you to get you to talk to them to give you another quest. So there are a lot of quests because every character has quests they want to do. There will be more story quests for specific characters added. There are quests you pick up while you go to different islands because you find certain things, or there's always a lot of questing to do. So definitely take your time. I mean, I haven't even been doing the quest board in town because I feel like I'm just constantly getting quests from the residents in town. So definitely take those at your own pace. Maybe don't talk to people when they're running up and waving at you all the time, because they're trying to give you a task to do and you might have a lot going on, right? So that's up to you, but I know some people can become quite overwhelmed with just a stack of quests. My sister is someone who is like that in games. If she gets a stack of quests, she's like, what even is happening? Which I get. So I want to mention those three things for y'all because I know those are some things that some of you have mentioned before. If you ever have something you want to know more about specifically in reviews, let me know down below. I always want to keep improving these reviews and mentioning things that you are interested in and that you look out for, especially in life sims. Some mechanics not everyone enjoys, and so I wanted to let you know about those. So yeah, I find the game to be pretty solid so far. I'm definitely going to keep playing it because it's just so much fun for me. I'm just so excited and enjoying the game so much. There's still so much I want to explore and so many things I can craft still. So I'm excited to continue to play, and I'm really excited to see it become the full game that the dev looks forward to releasing at its 1.0 release. So definitely stay tuned. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more Critter Cove content on the channel in the future. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. And again, big thank you to Gentleman Rat Studios. I really appreciate the support on this channel from devs and publishers and PR teams. It's been absolutely incredible this year. It was a big change to switch to review videos, and not only has my community, all of you, been so warm and loving about that, having me do the reviews and being able to actually stream more doing reviews, and just getting the best of both of that type of content out, but also the support from people giving me keys to their games, or, you know, wanting me to check out their games has been just so rewarding and exciting, and I've just truly loved it. And it's been truly such a privilege to be able to share these games on my channel, and they're all good. I really have enjoyed a lot of the games I've played this year, like literally too much. And October is about to just keep going with the games because there's just so much coming out this year. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay safe, hug your loved ones, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!